Hello everyone, it's Republic of Gamers and Nikita here, and we've got a video review of a hot new product for you. Well, it's an update actually, and a unique offer from our brand. It's still a powerful, compact and mobile device with a top-class display. It's easy to use and ergonomic. It's efficiently cooled. And yet, what are the differences and improvements in the new version? As usual, let's go over them one by one. If you forgot and never knew that Handheld, it's called ROG Ally, with the added letter X in the newest version, and it's now black rather than white. The ROG Ally X is an incredibly powerful portable gaming console running Windows 11. Thanks to a high-performance processor, it copes easily with both indie and AAA projects. The device's bright touchscreen with a high refresh rate lets you play comfortably anywhere, even outdoors. But of course, the main thing is that this Handheld has been improved in many respects, including upgraded storage, faster memory, a larger battery and optimized sticks. The ROG Ally X has got a new black housing with somewhat more protruding hand grips and a sleeker shape for more comfort. Its thickness has remained almost the same. To improve its ergonomics, the buttons and sticks have been slightly repositioned, and it's easier now to use the triggers. The macro buttons on the bottom panel are smaller now, to avoid accidental presses, but they are as easy to access as before. The new version of the Handheld has got new sticks which are more durable and rated for 5 million actuations. They also have stiffer springs, so their tactical feedback feels like that of the traditional gamepads of home gaming consoles. The D-pad has been improved to ensure more precise control along the 8 directions, which is especially important for fighting and retro games. The ROG Ally X is powered by AMD's Ryzen Z1 Extreme processor with 8 cores and 16 threads. Built on the cutting-edge 4nm process, the chip features both the Zen 4 architecture and the RDNA 3 graphics. With upscaling technology like AMD Fluid Motion frames and Radeon Super Resolution, the Handheld can boost frame rates while retaining excellent image quality. You can choose from the different operation modes to balance performance and power usage. From silent modes 13 watts to performance mode 17 watts all the way up to turbo mode 25 watts or 13 watts when connected to AC power. The ROG team worked in close collaboration with AMD to unleash the full potential of the Ryzen Z1 Extreme processor in this portable form factor. When updating our Handheld, we listened to users' feedback and improved it many important ways. The SSD capacity has been increased from the original's 512 GB to 1 TB, so now you can have more storage to install your games. Besides, the ROG Ally X features a revised main board with M2 slot, which gives you an opportunity to upgrade. Thanks to the standard M2 2280 form factor, you will have more options in more price categories if you want to replace the default SSD. Besides giving you more storage, we've also increased the amount of RAM. The ROG Ally X comes with 24 GB of dual-channel LPDDR5X. The AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme is a hybrid processor, meaning that it can use its RAM for graphics processing. Today, AAA games demand a lot of video memory to output high-resolution textures, and with those 24 GB on board, more RAM can be allocated to the GPU. The result will be higher visual quality of your favorite games. The battery has got larger thanks to the handhelds using new fans, which are 23% smaller and have 50% thinner blades for better airflow. The air goes via special tunnels up and outwards to the third vent opening in the top part of the chassis. This improves air circulation inside the chassis by 24% to better cool not only the internal components but also the touchscreen. Compared with the previous version, the difference in operation temperature may be as high as 6 degrees, making the Handheld more comfortable to use during long gaming sessions. And of course, we have the ROG Zero Gravity technology, which means the cooling system stays efficient, whatever the operation of the Handheld. It includes 2 fans and heat sink with the ultra-slim fins and high-friction heat pipes. Dust filters cover both intake vents, keeping foreign debris out the fans. Less dust means more efficient and quiet cooling for years to come. The Handheld's battery capacity is 80 watts per hour, which is twice the previous version, so we can play longer before having to recharge. Also, the battery life has improved considerably. The ROG Ally X is a mere 70 grams heavier than the original ROG Ally, 678 compared with 608 grams. The weight is cleverly distributed in the area of the thumb and index finger for perfect balance. As a result, the device feels lighter than its actual 678 grams and fits snugly into your hands, and it means you will be able to play games longer with full comfort, which is a great achievement. As for the display, it's a Full HD panel with a refresh rate of 120Hz and FreeSync premium support, so you are going to have smooth visuals, even in the most dynamic sense without stuttering or frame tearing. The big brightness of 500 nits lets you play comfortably even outside, in full daylight. The touchscreen comes in handy for Windows when you need to adjust some settings or install a new game. You can even connect a mouse and keyboard via Bluetooth, or use a Bluetooth mouse with a USB-C keyboard. So we've got different options here. The Corning Gorilla Glass DXC coating reduces surface reflections while also increasing hardness for improved scratch resistance. With fewer reflections, you can keep track of what's happening on screen in bright or outdoor environments. As I mentioned earlier, the Handheld runs Windows 11, so you can launch games from any libraries and streaming services compatible with the operation system. Whatever servers a new Windows game launches on, you will be able to play it in your ROG LIX. You can navigate Windows 11 with the Handheld sticks or buttons or via the touch-sensitive display. Besides, the special edition of the Armoury Crate application has been upgraded to version 1.5. Now it offers more visualization for the game library. The navigation through the device's key performance settings has been simplified. Software and driver updates are now available in single locations, so you don't have to check out for updates in different places. Many users asked for a more versatile I/O port, so the early XJ mobile interface is replaced with two USB-C connectors, one of which supports Thunderbolt for broad capability with various docking stations and external GPUs. Here's the full list. One combo audio connector, one micro SD slot with UHS 2 interface, one USB-C port which supports USB 3.2 Gen 2, DisplayPort 1.4 with FreeSync, and Power Delivery 3.0. And finally, there is one USB 4 port supporting Thunderbolt 4, DisplayPort 1.4 with FreeSync, and Power Delivery 3.0. No more talk, let's get down to the game test. Let's see what the updated ROG LIX is capable of and what FPS the console will show us. Let's test some famous AAA games. Let's go! So the first game on the list is Mortal Kombat 1. In every case we select optimal playable settings, so the gameplay is enjoyable with a good frame rate. The graphics settings are all very high, and FSR in quality mode, Full HD. The Handheld works in its 25W turbo mode, and we get a playable 40 to 45 frames per second, which is more than enough for a fighting game. The gameplay is smooth, the combat is enjoyable, everything is just okay. And if we connect to AC power, we will get as many as 50 frames per second at 30W. Next goes Forza Horizon 5. The settings are very high, Full HD, FSR in quality mode, 25W. 46 to 50 frames per second. Again, that's more than enough for a racing sim. You can safely turn off the FPS counter and enjoy the race with no concerns about the frame rate. The visuals are very beautiful, and if you want to have 60 FPS, you can lower the settings from very high to just high, and you will have 64 to 70 FPS. Very comfortable. And considering the size of the screen, you will hardly notice any difference in visual quality. It remains the same, no difference at all. Everything is smooth and contrasting and beautiful, no blurring. Cyberpunk 2077. That's a graphics-heavy game, and we choose optimal settings in terms of visual quality and frame rate. Full HD, medium settings, FSR at performance 25W, and we get a little above 50 frames per second, occasionally even more in some locations. The game looks very good and playable on the Handheld's display. Atomic Heart, medium quality settings, FSR and performance mode, depth of field at high, anti-aliasing at medium. The average frame rate is 50 to 65 FPS, comfortable enough for an adventure shooter. Sometimes the frame rate goes up to 70 FPS or even higher. The visuals are splendid, just like in every other game. And lastly, we will launch a simple and funny arcade game called Get Packed Fully Loaded. Made in isometric view, it puts you into transportation business where you have to pack your client's things. By the way, I recommended you to play it with friends in co-op. It's a lot of fun. The settings are ultra, the resolution is Full HD. Just as expected, we get 100 to 120 frames per second. And of course, we were interested in checking out the battery life, how much battery charge the Handheld is going to eat up in an hour. So I sat down to my favorite MK1 with the Handheld battery at 100%. It went down to 80% in 20 minutes, to 73% in 40 minutes, and to 55% in 60 minutes. That's an excellent result for a recent AAA game with beautiful visual and running at very high settings. And finally, we had one more test: noise level. We made our studio as quiet as possible and put a noise level meter at a distance of 40 centimeters from the handheld. That's about the distance from your ears when you are using the device. So the most powerful battery-based mode, Turbo 25 watts, produced no more than 40 decibels. It was not audible at all at a distance of 1 meter. So the updated Handheld is indeed much quieter than its predecessor. Now let's sum everything up. The updated Handheld is indeed better and more comfortable to use. The triggers feel better and the hand grips have been optimized. Overall, the ROG Ally X is an incredibly powerful portable gaming console running Windows 11. Thanks to the high-performance AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme processor, it copes easily with both indie and AAA projects. The device's bright touchscreen with the high refresh rate lets you play comfortable any games and watch any content. And you can easily take the ergonomic marvel with you anywhere because it weighs a mere 678 grams. The overall gaming experience is improved thanks to the handhelds having more and faster RAM, longer battery life and the battery cooling. It doesn't get too hot and noisy, so this update is a success without any dubs. The most advanced mobile gaming platform so you could play any game anywhere. ROG Ally X. Play all your games. And now I'm going to tell you goodbye and thanks for watching. This is Nikita and Republic of Gamers. Stay tuned. As always, we have a lot of exciting things in store for you. See you soon.